been betrayed. They used us.
Venezuelans in the U.S. are firing back after the Trump administration ended deportation protections for more than 300,000 living in the country.
I want to send a message to the president. If the Venezuelan Americans voted for you in large numbers, they did so to remove criminals and to oust Nicolás Maduro from Miraflores. Venezuelan Americans did not vote for you to criminalize the majority of the Venezuelans who are now left without status, and for you to negotiate with Nicolás Maduro in Miraflores.
The decision to terminate the temporary protected status, known as TPS, will leave thousands in their community undocumented and vulnerable to potential deportation. Those under TPS from Venezuela who received the protections in 2023 will lose their temporary status 60 days after the government publishes the termination notice. Mariana Molero and her husband have been in the U.S. for 20 years.
And under TPS, but I also have a deportation order. So if the TPS is swiped out, I'm going to be ready for removal.
Why do you have a deportation order?
Because my husband filed an asylum and he lost asylum back 2008.
And then what happened?
We keep fighting. We never stop fighting for the Venezuelan freedom since we were in Venezuela. That made us to run away. Back in the moment, it was really hard for the United States to acknowledge what was happening there. We couldn't prove the asylum, and then we got the deportation order.
Mariana, who just completed a master's degree in law and passed the bar exam, explains the strict requirements of the TPS program.
In order for you to have TPS, you need to make an application. You need to pass a background check. You need to be clear of any criminal record. You cannot have 2 misdemeanor or 1 felony because then you are not recipient for TPS. Now, when it goes to the protection, it protects you from any deportation order. Let's say if you have been ordered removal from a judge, that overcome, and then ICE, which is the police of the immigration department, cannot touch you during the validity of the TPS.
They have 2 U.S.-born children, an 18-year-old son and a 17-year-old daughter, Paula Fernandez.
I feel sad because they did everything for me, trying to make me have a better life.
What would you do? Would you stay here in the U.S.? Would you follow them somewhere? Have you thought about it?
If I had a choice, I would go with them, pero at the same time I can't because I don't have no pasaporte, nothing like that. So I would have to stay with my brother so he can take care of me, and he's only 18, so he's gonna have to maintain me.
The situation is further complicated by ongoing security concerns. Kristi Noem, director of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, claims Venezuela no longer meets conditions for TPS, despite a standing U.S. State Department travel warning, citing risks of wrongful detentions, terrorism, kidnapping, and civil unrest. The Venezuelan community remains defiant, vowing to take their cases to court and exploring every legal avenue to stay in the United States. Nitza Soledad Perez, GTN, Miami.